So that comes to yesterday, Wednesday. I thought they would be done by Friday, but I'm off tomorrow. But I thought they would kind of finish up their interviews by Friday. But I got an email to yesterday, Wednesday, and it told me that I got an email yesterday, and it's from the HR person, and they said, "Congratulations, management has decided to offer you the position of team lead." Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I read it, and I don't know how I felt about it. Either I was really, I don't know, how can I explain my feeling? I wasn't jumping for joy, as if you pass an exam. I was like very, if anything, confused. like wait a second, did this just happen? And slowly, it's like maybe shock, confusion at first, and then all of a sudden reality starts to kind of roll in, and warm fuzzies start to come into play, and you feel good. And the first person that I told, my wife, who was sleeping because she worked the night shift before, so I woke her up, and I told her about it, and she asked me, "Am I gonna take the role?" And I said, "I don't know, maybe I should." And I asked her, "What do you think?" And she says, "I think you should, but it's really up to you what you want." I've told a couple colleagues that I've been speaking with online, and they were happy too. And again, they asked, "Are you going to take the role?" And I asked after my wife, I told the team lead who I'm under, I told her I got an offer, and she says, "Are you going to take it?" I think that's the most important question. Not even congratulations, are you going to take it? And that was yesterday, so I haven't formally accepted the position. I looked over it. The pay is decent. When I compare myself from 4 years ago, starting with the company up until now, the increase in pay is like dramatic. And I was telling my son yesterday when I picked him up from lacrosse, is the pay increase, or the over time in 4 years, is the same increase with my last job, but over 10 years, over 12 years. 12 years versus 4 years, that's a great, to me, it's like, wow, it's amazing. And so the pay looks great. When you're thinking, is it going to be a huge difference? Not really. When you look at what I do to the team lead, to the directorship level, I'm sure more money would be made at the directorship level. And then you realize, if you want to make more, then you have to take on more, and then you have to go up in a higher position. There is a question on TikTok that I'm about to answer soon. Can you make 6 figures? And I'll probably address that, but I'm going to address that on another video. But the pay is pretty good with incentives, etc. And so with incentives, that means, if my team performs well, then I will perform well. And I think that's the crux of the position, is being that type of coach, that mentor, that cheerleader, and also a leader just in general, just motivating the employees to get the job done. Today, am I going to accept the position? Probably. Yes, I'll take the position. I have to write up the email now before I start work in about an hour, and then they'll make the changes, and that will be that. So That is the journey of the interview. Now let's recap before we end today. Let's recap. It's already 26 minutes. This is a longer video. I try to make these videos short, but it never happens. But let's recap. What did I learn from this experience? Number one, if you feel you are deficient or inexperienced, or you don't have the skills needed to do the job that you want, be upfront with that in your interview, right? But you want to make sure you bring in the skills you do have. And the best two words that I can say is transferable skills. What transferable skills do you have outside of the role that you're applying, outside of the role that you're doing, that would, I guess, transfer from what you're doing it outside of your job into the job that you're going into? So if it's a supervisory role, what are some supervisory skills and traits that you could bring into the role that would be unique? And I think that the whole entire time is, what can you bring to this mix? That is important. If on your resume you don't look like a supervisor, you don't look like a coder, you want to add some things that you have. Don't pull them out of thin air. You have to have it. You have to develop it. So that way, and you have to master it in order for you to use it. Don't do any of that, like, I am reliable. Well, show me a time, because they're going to ask you. Don't lie on your interview, because the reason why I was upfront is, if they took me into the role, which they did, and issues arise where my deficiencies that I told them up front arise, they are aware of that, and they're going to help me with that. But if I didn't tell them in the interview, if I wasn't upfront, and I got the role, and then something arises that exposes my deficiency that I did not tell them, well, that's where we run into issues, right? You have to present yourself holistically in an interview. That's definitely the best thing. Number two, which should be my number one in the interview, is your personality. Again, the camera, how you set yourself up in the interview, because now interviews now can be done over Zoom. There's no need for you to do it in person now. It's because of this pandemic. So how do you present yourself? When you present yourself on a camera, this camera here is my person. I am talking to this little technology camera thing here, and I am treating it as if it's a person. So if you want to practice doing that, do it. Talk to yourself on camera, so that way you get enough practice time in doing these interviews. Show your personality. I mentioned before, make them laugh. Make them laugh. Break the ice. You break the ice. Take the initiative to break the ice, because those people are interviewing day in, day out for candidates, and it can become monotonous, and they will have an established, like, okay, this is our baseline. By that time they know what they normally get in a candidate. And so if you pop in the interview, like, oh, this guy is funny, this guy has personality, this guy has this guy has that, this person or lady, this lady has this lady has that, it's going to disrupt their baseline. It's going to disrupt the interview process, and you will stand out. The third thing that I want to say is, do videos like this. Do a video like this before your interview. Vlog yourself, kind of capturing the events leading up to the interview, because if you don't have, unless you could talk to somebody about it, but I talk to my kids and my wife about it, but if you want to really go into a deep discussion, have it with yourself and do it on camera. It may seem weird, but I did it, and I have found after this experience that it is beneficial to put your journey on camera, have it recorded. Now, do you need to share it like I did? No. I didn't have to share my journey, but I felt like, there are people out there who might be in my situation, feeling deficient, like they got told to apply for a role that they think they didn't have, and what is it that they did, and I'm sharing you what I did. I think these videos were beneficial, just kind of like laying it out. You gotta, after the interview, you gotta say something, and so my only outlet is through this camera. And so if you number one, like this video, press the like button. If you want to see more videos on this, please subscribe. If you have an interview coming up and you do this type of video, I would love to watch it. Or if you want to update me, let me know in the comments. Hey, I journaled my experience in my upcoming interview, and I looked over my notes, because essentially my video that I have made is notes to myself. And coming into the last interview on Wednesday, I recalled the events and when I did the last video, and I knew what my strategy was coming in from the second video to today, and into the interview on Monday, and I did what I exactly said in the second video, which is great. So it keeps you in line, it keeps your mind focused, and look at the outcome. It's great. So, gosh, so much time. Anyways, that is my 30 minutes plus overview of the third interview, with the outcome being I got the job offer, which I'll probably take in about an hour. So again, if you like this video, please like, please subscribe. The next coming videos, I have a couple topics, but I'm sure the next coming videos will be when I start the job. What are some of I might have to vlog that, just my thoughts, my feelings coming into the role. I'm not necessarily going to talk about the job per se. I'm not going to talk about the job specs, the corporate stuff. Just kind of like, what's going on, how my training is going. How am I going to effectively create my own workflow and my own system? What are some of the again the unexpected tasks and emergencies that come up, and how do I handle them? If you guys are coming from coders to supervisors and you're in my situation, probably I might want to share that too. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
medcodinggeek.com